The air shifted the moment she walked in. Vanilla, yes, but layered now with something sharp, citrusy, unfamiliar. It wasn't the perfume I had gifted her last anniversary. This one was bold, foreign, almost brazen. It clung to her skin like a secret. The clock in the kitchen blinked 1:17 a.m. I'd been up for hours, the dull flicker of the television casting long shadows across the room, trying and failing to lull me into sleep. She brushed past me without pause, cheeks flushed, eyes glinting with something too bright to be tiredness. Her laughter trailed behind her like confetti. "God, it was amazing," she chirped, already halfway to the bedroom. Not a glance in my direction. No mention of the text I'd sent hours ago. "The girls and I head up the Crimson Lounge. You'd love it. It's like stepping into another world." I just watched her go, something tightening in my gut. Girls' night out. That's what she always called it. It had become a regular escape, lately, weekly, sometimes even more frequent. And each time, she came back a little more energized, a little less mine. I tried raising my concerns. She brushed them off with a smile and a casual, "Don't be silly. You're overthinking." Jealousy wasn't in my nature, but something wasn't sitting right. Not anymore. And last weekend, my instincts finally pushed me somewhere I never thought I'd go. I'd found a way to access her phone records, call logs, texts, names that meant nothing to me except one. A name that came up again and again. Alec, a bland name, nondescript, but too frequent to be innocent. I dug deeper. A reverse search led to a social media page. There he was, tall, dark hair, a smug grin. Alec, the bartender at the Crimson Lounge, the very bar she couldn't stop raving about. My pulse thundered in my ears as I retrieved the envelope from our home office, one I'd been waiting for all week. Inside, a printed receipt I had paid good money for, pretending to be a concerned customer questioning a billing issue. I walked into our bedroom. She was humming, sliding into her nightgown, that same exotic scent trailing behind her like a veil. She turned toward me with a smile, the kind that once melted me. Now it felt like poison. "What's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost." I held out the receipt. "Just a little something from your girls' night," I said, calm and steady. Her hand closed around the slip of paper. The shift in her face was instant. The smile faded. Her eyes flicked across the print, color draining from her cheeks. This must be wrong," she stammered. "Is it?" I asked, voice cutting to the quiet like broken glass. I pointed to the top of the bill. 2 Kettle One martinis, then 4 Manhattans, 2 old fashions, sidecars, French 75s. It wasn't the total that mattered. It was the math, the impossibility of one woman ordering all that alone. "This wasn't a girl's night," I said flatly. "Was it?" Her lips parted, but no words came out, just panic in her eyes. Then a whisper. "I can explain. I'm listening." But I wasn't. Not really, because I already knew. Her mouth moved, spewing something about blowing off steam, how she never meant to hurt me. But her mascara ran with tears, and nothing she said mattered anymore. "You've been lying to me," I said, arms crossed. "All this time. The late nights, the perfume, the fun with your friends. You think I wouldn't notice?" "It wasn't what it looked like," she whimpered. "It wasn't serious. I just needed to feel alive." "Alive?" I laughed bitterly. "So cheating with a bartender is your version of living?" She cried harder, her hand reaching for mine. I stepped back. "That's not just fun. That's betrayal." I pointed again to the receipt. "You were with him, Alec, weren't you?" Her silence said everything. A deep exhale left me, slow, final. I didn't shout. I didn't lash out. The rage had burned itself out weeks ago. All that remained now was cold certainty. "I'm done," I said. "Done with the games. The dishonesty. I want you gone." Her expression crumpled. "What? No. Please don't do this. We can fix it." But I'd already made peace with my decision. I left the room and came back with a folder from the office. The paperwork was ready. I handed it to her. "These are the separation documents. Everything's been arranged. Sign them." She looked at the pages like they were a death sentence. I don't understand. How can you just throw everything away? You did that. I said simply, you made your choices. This is mine. She pleaded, insisted she was sorry, said we could get past this. But her voice was a distant hum by then. I didn't feel fury or heartbreak, just stillness, like watching the last ember die in a long dead fire. Eventually, she picked up the pen. Her hand trembled as she signed. She dropped the pen like it burned her and stared at me with wounded eyes. She packed in silence. I didn't offer to help. I didn't speak. I just turned and walked into the living room. I sat on the couch, quiet pressing in. I heard her footsteps as she left. The front door clicked. Her engine roared to life. Then silence again. I closed my eyes. There was no sadness, just emptiness and freedom. I had loved her deeply, but love wasn't enough when trust had been stripped away piece by piece. I hadn't planned for it to end like this, but maybe it was always hidden here. Now I was free, free from deception, free from doubt. And as strange as it felt, I welcomed the stillness. I had no regrets. I would rebuild. I would heal.